Good afternoon, everyone. So this is Chart Sniper again with a weekend market review. This will be very high level and hope you are having a great weekend so far. So this will be a quick walkthrough of all the different indices that we typically go through. So let's start with ES. Very nice bounce back from the area that we are talking about. So there was a inverse head and shoulder pattern that you could see here, and it has bounced quite a bit. So now it is near the previous all-time high. Okay, and whether it would break higher from here or do some consolidation is a unknown as of now. Okay, I would like to see a healthy consolidation to sideways. So what would be very good for the overall market is to do some kind of consolidation around this area in that range, do some zigzag pattern, and then the more such consolidation happens, the more the chance of it for it to break higher. Okay, so clearly the cloud, it's clearly the price moved above the cloud with a lot of momentum. There was decent selling on Friday that was happening. On weekly, the last 3 weeks of move is based on a decreasing volume. So we could see that, market can go sideways for some more time. Is it ready to break out here, right here? Probably not. The cloud has, if you can see into the cloud and go into the future, it started turning green, which is good. But yeah, so healthy consolidation is very important for a sustained growth higher. Okay, so with tech earnings coming this week, a lot of earnings season, it can just digest a little bit of that move. Some stocks will be going up, some stocks will be going down, but ultimately it makes a decision. Okay, on a weekly, everything looks good. Price moved above the 5 weekly average, and as long as it stays above that 5 weekly average, I think we can continue riding the slow grind higher. So it just only concerns me, or at least playing to the downside is only applicable when the market loses its 5 days EMA. As long as it's not losing the 5 days EMA, you can be positioned to bullish side. Okay. With that in mind, let's get to the Nasdaq. It is not as strong as ES S&P 500, and it has been, on a sideways consolidation and above all moving averages for sure. Weekly, still some more room to the upside. All the tech earnings that will be happening in the next couple of weeks might help it reach hit that level. Decent sell-off on Friday, and whatever the bounce happened, it happened at a decreasing volume. Ichimoku has not turned green yet, and it can slowly fall along this cloud to this point before it makes a decision. So we're talking about around, as long as it stays above 1500, which is around close to the weekly 20 period average, I think we can remain bullish. So we have to see how the earnings happen and what it's trying to do. If it starts falling down from here, that will be setting a consolidatory thing which might follow this. It might hit these levels again and again, go and test the 50 days average and bounce there for some more time. So it could certainly happen. That would be healthy consolidation, but overall it's above all moving averages. That's what I could say, with some more room to the upside from Nasdaq perspective. And then when we go and look at Dow Jones, so it is coming back to the previous levels, and it has increasing green volume. with a lot of earnings about to come or already done. So I think we have to see what it does at these levels. Okay. So when it is at these kind of previous highs, you can use some studies like to study some divergences like RSI or MACD divergence or on-balance volume divergence. So these kind of things that you can use to see if it will break out or if it kind of pull back from there, right? But these are the levels where there will be a lot of selling pressure, a lot of resistance, and the longer it stays close to that, the better chance of it to go higher. Russell is the same channel. It has not even touched that previous resistance there. So nothing to say here. It's just in a consolidatory phase. But whenever that happens, whenever that breakout above this level happens, that will probably be a decent up move. Okay, so far it has been consolidating from March in a tight channel, and then it's just sideways action. A lot of sell volume by volume is very very low, so I think it needs to more buyers, and especially into the year end, it's difficult to for the RTY to rally. The large cap can rally, but RTY they will not take much risk in small caps. VIX VIX has hit back that 15 range, which has characteristics to let the market do its thing. That is the slow grind higher. So yeah, this is VIX that keeps market a slow grind here. We have to see. We have to wait for a day when VIX is green and also market is green, so that it can do some kind of a upside move, causing the market to pull back. But so far, it looks everything is normal. Market can continue the slow grind higher. Bitcoin, so it has hit the previous high also. On a weekly basis, look at that volume, the sell volume. I think that is significant from futures perspective. It's a very strong negative candle, but it's still closed above half of the previous candle. What it means is the Heikin-Ashi version of that candle will still be green, very strongly green. So no need to be panicking as of now. If you are in decent profits, last time I got in some Bitcoin here when it touched the top of the cloud, and I booked some, I mean, not Bitcoin, Ethereum as such. I booked some profit here, which is the right thing to do, and then you can continue ahead with a little bit less quantity at stakes, right? So on daily, it lost the 5 and 8 averages. What it means is it is a signal for us to get into a tactical mode. Um, the next support looks seems to be at 5500 ish, right? By the time it might climb up, it's climbing up faster. So 5500 so far looks a decent support and potential area of a bounce back. Okay, and yeah, it's a small pullback like this, and again revisiting these levels will give it more leverage or momentum to break out higher. Ethereum. Yeah, that was a very, very nice move on from a daily cloud support all the way, and it's trying to do that breakout higher. It broke above this trend line. Okay, so for example, here is a trend line that I drew, and then it broke above that and it closed above that, which is a very good sign. And yeah, there's a cup and handle formation also that's happening. We can do some price calculations based on that. But overall, we would like to see the all-time high broken and move higher. and which can take it from 4400-ish to 4900s. I think that will be a decent, or 5000 round figure. It will be a decent level to lock some profits. A lot of selling volume that you could see, selling pressure. We would like to see it regain above this 4000 and then continue higher. Okay, so it can always pull back to the middle Bollinger, which is 3500. That will be a decent point for entry. And then it can go along the cloud like this and bounce back by taking its own time. And we are talking about a pullback and continued rally into the year end. Okay. But yeah, weekly, nothing shows any signs of weakness. Very strong above 5 weeks average. So if you are in it, it's prudent that you can take some profit off, but if you are in for long term, you can continue holding it. SKEW is at 140 each, so not that elevated, but still kind of overbought states, and so which is good in one way. So all this helps for a sideways action in the market, and yeah, it's not reached any panicking state, and I would like it to see come fall down and move below 135 and stay 135 to enable market do its usual thing, which is slow grind higher. So overall, the theme is the market has reached its previous all-time high levels, and it could clearly form a double top and reverse. So there is a potential for that. I would want you to be cautious at these levels, no matter how tempting the charts look, because in the long term, the patterns forming on a weekly level and monthly level are very strong. So I would want you to um, be bullish because everything is above all moving averages, but in a lighter quantity. Okay, and pick your poison, right? Just try to pick some very strong names or that have potential for a bounce into the year end than trying to play aggressively for further upside. Okay, so that's the theme, a sideways consolidation like this between 44.80 and 55.50 range for a couple of weeks will help us with a right setups. Okay, so that's the theme of it. Stay green, and I'll be doing another video for earnings that are coming this week, a quick overview of some of the stocks there. So thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.